Hi, welcome to Tomahawk Ranch. I'm OB and I'm going to be talking about water filtration and safe water drinking practices. I'm welcoming you here to our pond. You'll also notice our 3 female ducks. They were born this past winter. We raised them here at the barn, and then when they got old enough, decided to release them. So as you can see, they are very people friendly. And very, very happy to see me. But yeah, they're doing great, just swimming around. So you'll kind of see them in and out. Speaking of our pond, this is what is called an augmentation pond. So this is where we collect a whole bunch of our drinking water. We have a natural spring here on camp property that comes up, and we collect all that water here in the pond. That water is then pumped into our well, where we then filter and treat that pond water. So you are drinking, when you come up here to Tomahawk, 100% natural mountain spring water. So come up here, the water is fantastic and delicious, and is true mountain spring water. So for drinking, anytime you come across a body of water, say a lake, a stream, a river, a pond, anything, any kind of water, you always want to make sure to properly filter or treat your water before drinking it. There's wildlife and animals who live and die in these bodies of water. And so all of that kind of comes with bacteria and viruses and things like that. So when you go drinking that water, you're essentially putting a lot of that bacteria and viruses into your system and into your GI tract, which isn't very good for your body. So you always want to make sure that when you do come across a body of water, that you're properly treating and filtering it. So that brings me to our lesson. So I have a few different things here. I have a bowl, a cup that we're going to be collecting water from the pond in. I have a few different filtration treating items here that I'm going to go over. We'll talk about each and every one of these. But first and foremost, probably the easiest way to treat water and to ensure everything is out of it is you can collect it. Let's say you're out camping. You can collect this spring water. As you can see, it's pretty quite clean. But all you have to do to get rid of the viruses and bacteria that live in this water is you have to bring it to a boil. So bring it to a rolling boil, and you boil it for 3 minutes. Here, when we're talking about survival, we talk about the rule of 3 all the time. So the rule of 3 for water is keep it boiling for 3 minutes. After 3 minutes of boiling the water, it'll be safe to drink, but you have to bring it to that rolling boil. All right. So as you can see, that when you boil the water, it's not necessarily gonna be particularly clear looking. That's when the filter bit of the water comes in. So after you boil the water for 3 minutes, you can then filter it through like a bandana or some type of like cloth to then kind of catch all these like dirt particles and twigs and branches and stuff like that, and it'll pour a lot clearer. So that is like the first and probably easiest method, cheapest method that you could also do. Next, what I'm going to talk about is what we call a life straw. A life straw, that's this guy right here, is a pretty cool contraption. What's neat about it is it contains its own filter in here. So all you have to do for a life straw, and these are great to take with you backpacking, and anytime you're in a survival situation, you're like, oh my goodness, I need water, because you can actually survive 3 days without water. But once you kind of like reach that like day and a half mark, you're really gonna start feeling parched. So that's where this comes in real handy in a survival situation. But essentially how it works is you literally just stick this end of the life straw straight into the water, and you just drink from this spout right here. What happens is there's an entire filtration system and sterilizing system that goes through the straw, and all that water comes up out of here. So you're not drinking like any organisms, viruses, bacteria, things like that. The water actually, because of the filtration system in here, comes out very clean as well. So no like dirt or anything like that. So pretty cool, handy life straw. These are kind of everywhere. So you just stick this baby in here and just drink it right up. Next is a way of cleaning your water through UV rays. Again, using something like this. This is called a Steripen. It doesn't necessarily, again, clean the water in terms of like dirt and like dead organisms, things like that, like bugs and stuff like that. But it does kill all of those bacteria and viruses that are harmful to your GI system, just like boiling your water. How it works is it's pretty easy. These are great to be putting into your water bottle, so you can fill up an entire water bottle full of water. So if I were to take this, if this were an entire water bottle, I would just stick this Steripen all the way into my water bottle. There's then a button that you hold. A lot of different Steripens are pretty different, but they're all pretty self-explanatory. You can either do a liter or half a liter, but these are great. You just stick this in your liter water bottle, press this button, and this glows to a UV light that then kills all of those bacteria and viruses. It takes about 5 minutes for this light, sometimes less depending on your Steripen. This is kind of an older version, so he takes about like 5 minutes, but some of the newer versions can do it in less than like 90 seconds, which is like a minute and a half, which is great as far as like getting that clean water right away. Great tool when you're going backpacking. Next is what we call iodine. These are also kind of like a backpacker's favorite friend, is these iodine tablets. Thing about iodine tablets is they make your water taste gross. You then have to add like some kind of flavor pouch to it, like a flavored lemonade pouch or a flavored like fruit punch powdered drink pouch, because it really tastes gross. The first one, so this bottle right here is the actual purifying bit, but essentially you would add about 2 tablets to about 1 quart or like liter of water, and just kind of wait about 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, and as you know, iodine has like a very distinct color to it, and so it also like discolors your water, but you then can do that. We recommend you let it sit for like 5 minutes, but it's really good to kind of wait like a full like 30 minutes when talking about the iodine tab, just to make sure that you have like kind of fully cleansed it. Next is the neutralizing tablets. These neutralizing tablets are the ones that help to remove that like kind of really gross taste and color that you get from iodine, because when you drink your water, you're gonna taste that iodine. And like I said, it discolors it. So these neutralizing tabs really help with that. I still recommend using like a powdered lemonade or a powdered fruit punch to kind of like flavor it up a bit. But again, you'd probably want to like sift your water through like a bandana or some type of cloth, so that way you are getting like all those like sticks and branches and extra dirt and stuff like that, because the water is already gonna kind of be like gross enough with this in it. It'll be clean and totally like healthy for you, but just as far as like taste and stuff like that, it just kind of is a bit weird. Next is a backpacking water pump, which is what this is. So how this bad boy works is the filtration system is just sitting right in here. So this comes up like so. This guy just hooks right into there. So what is going to happen is my dirty water is going to go into this. So this would go straight into my water. This is a bit pinched. I don't know how, it looks a bit pinched. We'll see how well it works, but kind of unpinch that guy a bit. So that just goes straight into my water, like so. This bit, you want to make sure to not come in contact with your water, because this is the side that's going to go straight into your water bottle or into your pot. A lot of them come with this like kind of handy dandy piece that literally fits in almost every like liter size water bottle. But essentially what happens is you then pump your water. You can kind of hear it. And it's gonna start coming right out of there. What's cool about this one is, again, it kind of filters it for you and strains it, so that way you're not like drinking like all that like dead, you know, bugs or sticks or dirt and things like that. So it pumps out clean water just straight from here. You can kind of see. You can also see that it is pretty clear. I can grab my bowl so you can see really quick how clear it is. But this just takes away having to use like a bandana or something like that. So, whoops. There we go. So you can see exactly how it works. Pretty cool. So you can kind of see like what is happening. The water is coming into here, and there's like a charcoal filtration system that is living in here, or that like lives in this piece here that then filters and treats that water. So you can really see the difference between that and what is in my cup here when I just grab it. So you can kind of see like the difference between the two waters. So it makes it a lot easier. Obviously this way it's going to taste the best. It's also the quickest way in terms of getting it. It's a lot quicker than having to boil your water, but a lot of times those like pump systems can kind of rack up a little bit of a price tag. So if you're going the cheap route, we recommend the boiling method, and kind of making sure to like have a bandana or like a cheesecloth or something where you can strain all of that like dirt and sticks. But otherwise those are awesome. So this is our water filtration. And if you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer them. And happy backpacking, happy surviving, and happy camping.